Beautiful people, we will get started in about 2 minutes. All right, we are live. The easiest way to manifest more money, and it's not what you think. What I'm about to share with you will literally blow your mind, and it's going to simplify the art of living a very abundant, affluent life and stay there, not just like taste it and then fall back into poverty and despair, but stay there. So we'll get started in a moment. Before we do begin, if you're watching the replay or even if you're watching live right now, I'd like for you to comment down below one thing you feel grateful for today. Let us know. Let it out. Don't just think about it. Let it out. What are you grateful for today? I'm grateful for the financial freedom of being able to travel wherever I want, whenever I want, and grateful for this beautiful country of Costa Rica. I'm grateful for the amazing locals who are incredibly patient with me as I am very, very incapable of speaking their native tongue, embarrassingly so. So let's get started. Again, today's topic is the easiest way to manifest more money. And I promise you, it's not what you think. You haven't heard anybody talk about what I'm about to talk about. And what I will be walking you through throughout this live broadcast is my intention is to really transmute this understanding of the 3 ways of attracting and generating money. You see, the biggest mistake most people make is they fall into one of 2 traps when it comes to generating money and attracting money. And if you fall into these traps, you're either going to A, be very inconsistent with the amount of money you attract, and as a result, you can't really live the abundant lifestyle that feels so desiring for you, or B, perhaps you're able to generate some money, but it feels like it's a grind. And as a result, again, you can't grind to the end of time. So you might be able to grind for a little while, but then you get drained and then you just lack the energy of consistently generating wealth. So by the end of this, you will literally have a game plan of how to consistently generate wealth. And again, this is not what you think. Nobody else is talking about this. I'd like to get into the 3 ways of attracting and generating wealth. You have spirit. So this is actually, I'll share all 3, then I'll define them. So you have spirit, you have structure, and then you have the balance of spirit and structure. So let's define those 3 ways of attracting and generating money and wealth and abundance into your life. Let's say it's abundance. It's not just money, it's abundance. It's all things luxurious. So spirit, the way of attracting money and abundance with spirit is using, I'm sure you're familiar with the law of attraction teachings. It's imagining and putting yourself in the state of your wish fulfilled. It's feeling the abundance being present here now. It's using your imagination to kind of harden those ideas into facts so that you open your eyes and then you look into your bank account and there's more money there. And this is an amazing thing to master. And then you have structure. This is completely ignorant of how your imagination is really creating all your existence. It's kind of ignorant of that, and it's just like the hard work mentality. It's the discipline. It's the grind, take massive action. And yes, that's a beautiful thing to master as well. And so the third one, which is ultimately where I'm going to point you to by the end of this quick video, the third one is the balance. Most people lack the balance between spirit and structure. So a couple steps back, the two biggest mistakes, or one of the two biggest mistakes people make, is they either go too far on trying to attract wealth just with spirit, or they go too far with trying to attract wealth just with structure. The people who attract wealth with spirit, it's possible, perhaps you've done it, right? Where you affirmed and you affirmed and you affirmed and you visualized and you visualized, and then a random check in the mail came to you. And you're like, oh my goodness, this really works. However, this is crazy, but it's so important for me to point out, because a lot of people are ignorant to this universal law, which is if you just rely on the spirit, it's very inconsistent. And you're like, no, Drew, that's just because it's your imagination. No, it's universal law. If you simply reflect on everybody you know in your life, the people who rely just on spirit, they might attract a lot of wealth quickly, but they don't attract it consistently. So their lifestyle is really influenced by the inconsistent behavior. And this is a very nuanced topic. So hopefully you can kind of sit with the paradoxes of everything that I'm speaking into existence. As they say, paradox is the ultimate gatekeeper of spiritual enlightenment. So you'll have to be able to dance with the paradoxes of my words. And what I'm saying is spirit is not the only way. Okay, I remember really early on in my journey, whenever I became aware of the law of attraction and how the mind is creating everything, I was only focused on the spirit aspect of generating wealth. So I would visualize. And I remember one time I was in meditation, I opened my eyes, and one of my family members texted me. They were like, hey, have you checked the mail recently? I'm like, no. They sent me a check for like $2,000 or $3,000, which was a ton of money to me at the time. And I was like, oh my goodness, did I just create that with my mind? And yes, I was able to generate money, but it was very inconsistent. And then I'm like, all right, man, this doesn't work. I'm tired of being inconsistently wealthy. I'm tired of being broke, really. So I'm just going to focus on the structure. And the structure, again, is hard work. It's push down how I feel. It's don't use my imagination. It's just take massive action. Read Grant Cardone and do it regardless of how you feel. Read Gary Vee and do it regardless of how you feel. Read Tony Robbins and do it regardless of how you feel. And this allowed me to generate a lot more money consistently. I was working like to the bones. I was working so hard as an in-person trainer at the time, doing a great job, but just like completely disconnected from the spiritual side of life. And yes, I was making money, but like it didn't feel good. It did not feel good. And as a result, I'd be able to do well for a couple months, and then I'd be drained because I was like, this sucks and I'm not feeling fulfilled. And it was just this wave for a while until, and this is the easiest way to generate money, generate wealth, generate financial freedom, location freedom. It's to balance the spirit and the structure. Don't go too far on either side of the spectrum. Yes, harness your imagination, focus on your chosen preference, focus on what you want and only on what you want. And create a habit of doing this in the morning, in the evening, throughout the day, focusing on what you want. Put yourself in the state of your wish fulfilled, but also integrate structure, work hard, do the difficult things, act with courage, act with discipline. If you're able to balance those two, you're going to feel amazing, and you're also going to be generating wealth. The moment I started balancing those two, that's when I hit my first 10K month, and I've been consistent between 10 to 30K for a long time now. And this is This is possible for you. Yes, occupy the state of your wish fulfilled, tap into the spiritual side, but also how do you want to make money? What do you want to be great at? And then find the structure of how to move the needle in the right direction towards obtaining that skill. And you want to know the easiest way to do this is to hire somebody who's done it for you, or who's done it before you, or who will do it with you, or who's helped other people do it. We're so ignorant. We're like, I'm going to figure it out on my own. Yes, you can. But if you had somebody to help you, they'd shorten your learning curve. That which you would achieve in 2 years, you'd achieve in 2 months. So combine the spirit, combine the structure. What do you want to be great at? Okay, well, what's the path to get there? And how can you remain true to your spirit along the way? This is exactly what I teach, not especially, but specifically to those of you who are mindset coaches or spiritual leaders. If you want to make $10,000+ a month every single month online, sharing your magic with the world while also feeling incredible, that's exactly what I do in my mastermind, where I walk you through step by step and I show you exactly how to get there within 30 to 60 days without having a large audience. I've been helping so many people do it. And if you're interested, we do have a couple spots open right now. Honestly, I'm probably not going to bring on many more. And this is not a false sense of scarcity. It is true, right? My workload is pretty heavy right now with it. But if it's something you are interested in, just comment down below the word abundance, and I will give you more info on what the mastermind looks like. Again, specifically for those of you who are mindset coaches, spiritual leaders who want to generate $10,000+ a month online consistently while combining both the spirit and both the structure. This is where the synergy happens. This is where the magic happens. This is where the bliss happens. This is where you have financial freedom, location freedom, and you're living a very fulfilling life. That's it for me today. Sending you love. I trust that you can feel that. Have an epic day, y'all.